Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Namayam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavari Vasyatare Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Oh Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Jai Gauranga, Hari Bol.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Please sing.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Bolo bolo Hari Bol
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo
Jai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo
Jai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo
Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Jaya Parama Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra
Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra
Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Hare Krishna. So just a humble announcement. We're humbly requesting if you can please stand where you are, like where you are seated, throughout the Arctic ceremony. Jai Shri Shri Paramakarnitai Gaura Chandra Ki Jai.
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chane Aratika Shobha
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aratika Shobha
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chane Aratika Shobha
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aratika Shobha
Tatavani Jagamana Lobha
Jagamana Lobha
Janavi Tatavani Jagamana Lobha
Janavi Tatavani Jagamana Lobha
Dake Everybody please chant loudly, please clap your hands. Ekatiya गौरंगे आरती का शोभा जागा जाना माना लोभा
गौरंगे आरती का शोभा जगा जगा
गौरंगे आरती का शोभा जागा जाना माना लोभा
आरती का शोभा जगा जगा माना
गौरंगे आरती का शोभा जागा जागा माना लोभा
आरती का शोभा जगा जगा माना लोभा
जागा जागा माना लोभा जागा जागा माना लोभा जय मोरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल मोरा हरि बोल
जय गोर हरे बोल हरे बोल हरि बोल गोरा हरि बोल
जय गोरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गोरा हरि बोल
जय गोरा हरे बोल हरे बोल गोरा हरि बोल
जय दया प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद
जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भाति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने Everybody loudly together.
Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale
Jai Prabhupada.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Patari Devi Shashasuna Vadi Vasatari Satarine
Namaste Saraswati Devi
Gauravani Patarine Shashashunyavadi
Pachachari Shatari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Everybody loudly.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Oh Radha
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Rama Hare Rama Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Parama Karuna Nitai Gaura Chandra
Karuna Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jai Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol
Gora Hare Bo Hare Bo Hare Bo Gora Hare Bo Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribhajagachar Shtutar Sadashishimad His Savangar Sabhayacharana Bhaktivedanta Jagadguru Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Iskan Vibhiti Fongdaracharya His Savangar Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribhajagachar Shtutar Sadashishimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Thakur ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namachar Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gauda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Gir Govardhan ki jai. Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Poshtama Shet Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Shri Navruip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Ganga Maya Jamna Maya ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Srimati Tulsi Dev Maharani ki jai. Shri Gadar Maharinam Sankirtan ki jai. Shri Prabhupada's Transcendental Books Distribution ki jai. Brihat Mridanga ki jai. Shri Paramakarnitai Gauda Chandra ki jai. Samavita Gauda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gauda Premanandi. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to the assembly of devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. So we'd like to humbly request everyone, before you take your seats, we are going to invite you to take your seats. But before you take your seats, please, we are humbly requesting that the families that come together, you can please sit together. There is no rules for Matajis or Prabhus on this side or that side. The families that came together, devotees, well-wishers and friends, you can group up together and sit together. And in that way we will maximize some space. And for all of us, we maintain social distancing, which means you and your family are together, but you are distancing from others. And also, please, at all time, keep your mask over your nose. Not just under your nose, but over your nose, because sometimes I saw people bring it down. If somebody have a little issue to breathe or anything like that, you can take some fresh air outside and come in again, no problem, but please cooperate. So now you can please take your seats, everyone, nicely. Thank you very much.
Namaste Narashingaya
Praladaladaine
Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha
Hiranyakashipurvaktaha
Shilatanakanakarayane
Shilatanakanakarayane
Iton Shringa Paratan Shringa
Iton Shringa Paratan Shringa
Yato Yato Yamitatan Shringa
Yato Yato Yamitatan Shringa Narashringamadhim
Sharanam Prapare
Narashringamadhim Sharanam Prapade
Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavareta Narahare Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Tavakara Kamalavare
नकाम अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तानु भृंगाम केशवद्रिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंह
जय नृसिंहदेव 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 जय नृसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
श्री श्री नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Honorable High Commissioner, devotees, friends, well-wishers, business colleagues, a warm welcome to each and every one of you to this very special Sat-Sang this evening. It's the 50th birthday celebration of His Grace Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, Prabhu Dev, commonly known, and also the 24th wedding anniversary of Prabhupadadeva Prabhu and Mother Vishaka. So once again, special welcome to each and every one of you for being present here, and also for the many friends, devotees who are joining us virtually. So this evening, the proceeding is a very simple one. Already you have been here. For those of you who are here from the beginning, Jai Shri Shri Paramakarnitai Gaura Chandra Ki Jai. So this evening marks the third session of Sat-Sang. We began on Saturday evening, and for that program, mostly that was organized specifically for the business community. And on last evening, we also had a wonderful satsang, which many family members of Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, a lot of senior pandits, respected pandits from around the country were present here. And tonight, we are very, very fortunate and very happy to have devoted friends joining us from, I would say, all the way from Skeldon, Barbies, West Coast, East Bank. So it's a very dynamic audience here this evening. Also, a little into the proceedings, I will be given a brief glimpse introduction of Prabhupadadeva Prabhu. And I'm sure, Prabhu shared such a deep relationship with each and every one of you that no introduction is required. But still, I'll attempt to do something. And following that, we'll have several presentations from devotees, friends, our dear High Commissioner, and many others who are present within the audience, even for persons who are joining virtually on the Zoom platform. So that's a little highlight in terms of what we're in for. It's birthday, 50th birthday satsang, and also the 24th wedding anniversary. So Prabhupadadeva Prabhu Prabhudev, as he is known to many, was born and brought up in Broken Water Land, Mahaika Creek, but later the family would have shifted to King Grove. At the age of 16, Prabhu ran away from home and he went to the Hare Krishna temple. That time, New Panihati temple, all the way in Sewell Village, Berbice, Quarantine. That occurred in 1988. So later, in the 1990s, 1994, he would have been serving in the temple as a full-time brahmachari. He was initiated by His Grace Srila Veerabahu Maharaj in 1994. For 2 years, from 1994 to 96, Prabhu played an integral role in assisting and organizing Srila Prabhupada's centennial anniversary festival that was held in 1996. From that time onwards, Prabhupadadeva Prabhu would have assisted in the construction of many of our temples, such as the new Kulinagram temple in Williamsburg, Berbice. He personally spearheaded the construction of our Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ashirvad Mandir in Crane, West Coast Village. Later in 2000, he also assisted with the Essequibo Temple in Mainstay. So from that time, Prabhu was engaged in many, many different services. He served in many different capacities, such as temple presidents. He served on the ISKCON Guyana National Board. And later in 2006, Prabhupadeva Prabhu and his family, they finally shifted to this location, Common Sludge, where they started to rent the house, the property that was here. Early 2007, a preaching center was established where Sunday Feast program was held. And from that, the congregation expanded with the organizing of various festivals such as Rati Yatras, Padayatras, Harinams, book distribution. So like that, the congregation grew from 2007. By 2009, there was great plans in the pipeline for the building of a new temple. And by 2011, already from 2009, he along with other members formed a project committee, and they started to plan and organize to construct a brand new temple. In 2011, construction would have finally begun, where Prabhupadeva Prabhu served as the project manager. And within 5 years to follow, by 2006, himself, his family, along with many devotees present here, they organized a grand Mandir Pravisham ceremony and also a huge 5 days inauguration festival. So from 2016 to now, many things occurred, which I wouldn't get into, but basically Prabhupadeva Prabhu has been playing a leading role here at Hare Krishna Study Center. He has organized many different activities, especially he performs many rituals, many samskars for the families, serving the devotees' families and also the public at large. So many festivals has occurred from that time to now. Not only that, over the years, he and his family established a business with the intention for that business to assist in paying staffs and workers to the temple. And from that also, devotees were sent to India for training. The temples where he contributed in stocking the gift shop so that it can begin its operation and so forth. So all in all, up to this point, he is currently serving as the temple president of our Hare Krishna Study Center here. This is just a glimpse of his achievements, of his contributions to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness over these years. And despite many trials, struggles, Prabhuji, Prabhupadeva Prabhu and Mother Vishaka, they stood out as very good examples in our society, for the last 3 decades or so, setting the example and leading, for us all to follow. He's what can I say? He's a pillar. He's a pillar of ISKCON in Guyana because he would have been there, played an integral role in the establishment and the expanding of the Krishna consciousness here in Guyana. So with these few words, this is a humble introduction of Prabhupadeva Prabhu and Mother Vishaka. We can all put our hands together. So now we'll begin. I know many persons are here, many close devotees, senior members of our ISKCON Society, our dear High Commissioner, many friends, business colleagues are here present and would like to, make a presentation or give your blessings on this wonderful occasion. So we'll try our best. We're always, tested with time, but we'll try our best to see how much we can accommodate you, and hope at the end of it all you will be very happy coming here and being part of this beautiful satsang. So to begin with, I would like to humbly call on Vishwarupa. I see Vishwarupa Prabhu is here. I would like to humbly call on him to say a few words, a congratulatory message, and giving his blessings to Prabhupadadeva Prabhu and Vishaka Mataji. So basically, His Grace Vishwarupa Prabhu, we can say that since Prabhupadadeva Prabhu joined the Hare Krishna movement in Barbies, he was actually trained under Vishwarupa Prabhu's, leadership, guidance, and so forth. Vishwarupa Prabhu, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So I'm very pleased to join you all here again after a long time because of COVID-19. But we managed to successfully make the trip today because it's the 50th birth anniversary of His Grace Prabhupadadeva Das. As you know, you don't need any introduction, or you don't need to know a lot about him. But I would like to make a few points regarding this wonderful young man at 50. In the night, when Prabhupada came to live in Barbies at New Panihati, I don't know, well, I was required to, they sent him to me and say, take care of him. And I wondered why. That's the worst place in Guyana. It's the most austere. Everyone is afraid. Everybody who comes there immediately divert east to west. All the way to high flat Essequibo, they won't stay. It's so tough. Anyway, he stayed, and I found him to be very warm, enlivening, and very willing, enthusiastic. He was full of enthusiasm. And I was amazed, a young man with so much, he didn't have reservation. And I thought, this is good. But I thought, how will he make out of the austerities? Anyway, I was really surprised. And then I thought, well, Cane Grove must be a tough place. Well, it wasn't that tough, but he was a hard worker in the farms and so on and so forth. And anyway, as the years went by, I saw that he was a prosperous, promising young man, and I like that. But I want to say something I never said to anyone, including him. So one day I found that he was a little, let's put in inverted commas, small. He was a little rude. So I thought, wow, I didn't expect this from a young boy. Anyway, so that was okay. I forgot it. And then long after, maybe another year, I found the same thing. And then later I found this something. This is the third time. I'm finished with this. This dude has to go. So I said, as I decided that, I said, look, it's not going to work. If he's so like that, it's not going to work at all. So as I was going up the step upstairs, I said, but you're not going to reconsider this thing? I said, no, it's finished. I already decided. As I entered the building, he said, you're not going to reconsider this? I said, no, it's already finished. I have already decided. He wasn't married yet, okay? Don't be anxiety. So that night, before I went to bed, I sat in the chair and I thought of it. I said, look, it's finished, but I'm not going to re-examine that. That's a decided matter. But let me think about the situation itself, not about the decision. So what was the situation? We were short of staff. I said, something is telling me, you're short of staff, and here is a man, a young man, promising. He has a future. He will do something. He's not an old man who will leave. He doesn't look like he was going to leave. He managed with the tough situation. So I said, okay. Then I thought that, what? Oh, we need people. So Prabhupada said that it takes tons and tons of blood to make a devotee. If we have one, we must take care. So I said, okay. And then I said, Lord Chaitanya has sent him to me to take care. So what are you going to do? So I was undecided, and it was getting late. My eyes was closed actually, and I was in the middle of the dilemma. Send him, keep him. My mind says send, but the message of Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, and the needs of I say keep him. So you know what? A vision came to my mind, a picture came in my consciousness and my mind. And a beautiful temple, I saw a beautiful temple next to the ocean with trees and a beautiful sight, amazing sight. And the words, and something told me, this boy is going to build that temple. Well, I don't know if you believe in miracles, but I do. I've seen a lot. And we all believe in miracles some way. And I looked at that temple, and I slept. And the next morning, the decision, I was different. I thought he's not going anywhere because he's going to build a temple. And my whole outlook with this young man changed that next day. I dealt with him differently. I didn't care what he did and what he did not do. I believe what I saw is going to happen. So after a short while, I used to do the collection, the monthly collection in Barbies, because we didn't have staff like long time to do the Sankirtan for temple maintenance. And so I came up with a plan to engage the business community and friends and well-wishers to support us on a monthly basis. And there was Haridas, whom you know, here always, and there was Satrohan, I hope he's here, and some other devotees. When we asked them, they went out and made all the wonderful contacts. And in those days, we were very reserved. We didn't want to take all our members to see our donors. But I thought that young man there, Prabhupadadeva, he wasn't even initiated yet, that I'm going to take him. We went a few times, 3 times, and then I said to him, do you like this program of reaching out to people and collecting? He said, yes. I said, okay, I'm taking you back 3 more times and the job is yours. Anyway, so we did that. And then I found out after reaching the people, he had a wonderful personality, wonderful dealings with the members of the public. And again, I could see he was a very promising young man. The people he met, they loved him so much. And then later on, over the years, Krishnadas Maharaj came from India to preach here in Guyana. And he singled out myself and Prabhupada. He said, we need, Prabhupada want a temple in his city. And I'm commissioning the 2 of you to go to Georgetown and build a temple. You will remember we traveled all over. We tried to get lands here and there. The government told us they could give us 2 house lot in Melanie, Damishana. I said that's too far away from town, and the land is too small. We need a lot more land. Anyway, we passed many times up and down, and I always saw this place, the blue and white house. I thought this is the place I saw in the vision. But it's owned by other people. There's no way we can have it. Anyway, we plowed all over around. And every time I pass, I'm looking at this place. That's the place. I was there, I was viewing from maybe the roadside in the vision. I said, this is the place, saw a temple. And then many years later, Prabhupada, he assisted build the temple there. Then they asked me to send him to Crane, and he did that. And finally, he came here with that vision to open a center in Georgetown. And when he finally started, he called me. He says, Krishnadas Maharaj said, the 2 of us, I'm going to start, so I'm inviting you to come. He had already started here, and it looks real tough, and those are very troubled years. I thought, I'm a little tired of all this austerity, and I'm not coming. But so what's going to happen? I says, according to the vision, it said him, it didn't say me. Krishnadas Maharaj said to join him. But when he opened this temple, he wanted myself and Haridas to come join him here. But I did not. We had our own responsibilities. I didn't know how it was going to happen. But anyway, we only had one piece of land, and then later we got two. And then this temple was constructed, and everything seemed like it was as planned. But there was only one thing different. The temple I saw was not so big. From the way I saw it, it appeared like 2-story. So I says, okay, he built the temple. That's great. It's not an ordinary thing to build a temple. One who builds a temple for Vishnu goes to Vaikuntha. So you know what happened? Only Sunday night. I mistook. I got so busy over the last few days. I didn't realize Sunday was Sunday. I thought it was Saturday. So busy all through the day, although Sunday morning was Sunday morning. Sunday evening, I thought it was Saturday, and I tried to zoom in to see the program. I couldn't see it, so I went to YouTube and typed in Hare Krishna Study Center, and this thing showed up, but nothing was going on. So I thought, my God, I want to see something here. So let me see. They have something showing there. So when I saw, I forget what you call this little thing. You all know the program. This little thing flying in the sky and videoing the place. So I says, that's the Hare Krishna Study. How is it looking so small? When you stand out there, the thing is so huge. But now from the top, it was looking small. And you know what? I was looking at it because the camera was on that side. But I saw that the temple I had seen many years ago is this temple. It wasn't so big because the vision was from above. At the bottom, you can't see the trees, and so from above, it's an extremely beautiful sight. Next to the ocean, so many trees, and the temple does not look so big. Ladies and gentlemen, devotees all, Prabhupada didn't just build this. He came into the world to build this temple. You know, when Prabhupada was born, it was predicted that Prabhupada will build and establish many temples, but it didn't just happen like that. Prabhupada struggled. There was a lot of struggles. And I want to announce to you tonight that in my assessment and opinion, Prabhupada is not an ordinary person. As you know, he hardly went to school. He learned to read and write in ISKCON. And to have done this achievement is not ordinary. So he might have been a great soul in the past. My assessment, because the vision I had seen about him is the same building. It was just that I had seen it from above. And I want to congratulate him. I want to ask all of you to give him a very special round of applause. And today, after seeing that only Sunday, when was that? Yesterday? The day before. Today I went to temple and I told our Lord Sri Sri Radha Gokul, I'm going to see this boy. What can I take for him? I don't have anything. So the Lord said, take my garlands. So I immediately went for the garlands. I'd like to invite him and Mother Vishaka to come forward and to receive these garlands. So the small one I'm handing to you. Don't wear it. And the larger I'm handing to Mother Vishaka. Please don't wear it. Please garland each other. It's our wedding anniversary. Hare Krishna. And it's Radha Gokula Chandra's special gift. Today when I walk in this temple, I was feeling different. You're very much appreciated by our lordships there. May the Lord bless you and may you continue your wonderful works. The thing I love best here is not just to have a site, but I appreciate most of all your work in the field of education to educate the young people in the city and capital of this country. Continue your good works. May the Lord bless and keep all of you. And may Georgetown continue to have your wonderful services. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Forgive me for the long time I took.
Hare Krishna Vishnu Prabhu, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, welcome, Mr. Dave ji. At this time, I would like to say how happy we are by the presence of one very special individual. Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We are very happy to have the presence of a very special personality in our midst. He is no other than His Grace Srinivasa Prabhu, the Honorable High Commissioner of India to Guyana. Let us put our hands together for our dear Srinivasa Prabhu. Tonight he is here. He will be presenting some gifts to the temple in the form of musical instruments, and also he'll be making his brief presentation afterwards. So I'd like to humbly invite him to please come forward.
So Hare Krishna, Sachisuta Prabhu will be receiving instrument, tabla, that's our Indian High Commissioner wants to give to our temple here. So Prabhu, you can make the presentation. Shri Shri Paramakarna Nitai Gaura Chandike. So we hope that the musician, they will utilize this tabla in the service of their Lordship, in kirtan, in bhajan, and also in training others to learn to play the tabla along with the mridanga. And hopefully more dholaks and harmonium will come soon. So please.
Thank you. Sure. Hare Krishna. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhupada Prabhu Devadas ji, Mother Vishaka ji, all the devotees who have assembled here today for this special Sat-Sang. A very warm and loving namastes from my behalf and my colleagues at the High Commission. When Prabhu Devadas ji sent me this invite to be a part of this Sat-Sang, to celebrate his 50th birth anniversary and also the 24th marriage anniversary, I just could not say no. Prabhu Devadas ji, as the previous speaker was mentioning, has been a very integral part, along with Mother Vishaka, in the ISKCON movement in Guyana. I have heard great things about him. And for me, coming from the land of India, the birthplace of the ISKCON movement, of the Gauda Vaishnava Parampara, being a part of any ISKCON Satsang is always a memorable occasion. I still remember way back in the 80s and 90s when the ISKCON temple in Bangalore was being built. I come from Bangalore. So there was this drive to get donations. And I still remember my parents and my wife's grandparents. She was then not my wife, of course, but I have heard these stories of how people, and even them, they used to donate beyond their capacities because they understood the value that this movement was getting to the society. Today, ISKCON has spread across the world with over 900 temples and millions of followers. You feel proud to see the ISKCON devotees. In my previous posting in South Africa, I used to be a regular part of the Chariot Festival and other occasions in Johannesburg. Unfortunately, this previous year, we have not been able to do much, all because of the pandemic that is sweeping across the world. But as they say, there is always a ray of light, hope at the end of the tunnel. And just today, I am very happy to inform that we have got authorization to send thousands of vaccines to to the Caribbean, about 500,000 vaccines from India as a donation. India has always believed that its strengths in healthcare, in pharmacy, in technology, in whatever field, is always there to help others. And this arises from the firm belief in our ancient culture, our ancient traditions, and our ancient history, of which ISKCON, the ISKCON movement, has always been a flag bearer. Today, the ISKCON movement stands as a pillar of strength in India, feeding over 2 million children every day under the midday meal scheme. I think no other organization even comes close to it. And this is possible only because the devotees like you, their dedication, their donations, and at the same time, their commitment to what they believe is for the service of the society. All these qualities, our ancient scriptures have always been telling us that you have to serve the society. And of course, in this modern day world, not many people prioritize that, but there are still many people who believe that service to mankind is service to God. And I would like to encourage all of you to continue believing in this ideal, and at the same time donate, be a part of the movements like ISKCON, wherein you can commit yourself, you can be a part of the giving movement. I would like to take this occasion once again to wish Prabhupadadeva ji and Mother Vishaka a very happy anniversary and a very happy 50th birth anniversary to Prabhupadadeva ji. May God bless you both in the service of God, in the service of mankind, and may you both promote the oneness of God. Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad. I have a small offering to Prabhupadadeva ji and Mother Vishaka. Can I request you to please come here?
Krishna Krishna Hare Jai. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna.
Thank you very much, our dear High Commission Ji. And I always remember when Prabhuji would have arrived in Guyana 2 years ago. 1.5 years, sorry, 1.5 year. It was just before Balaram Jayanti, and it was also Raksha Bandhan. And he made his way to ISKCON temple here to pay obeisances and take the blessings of their lordship, as he would have actually started his seva, his service to this land, our beautiful Guyana. So thank you very much, Prabhu, and our relationship began from then. Hari Kirtan, my son, he became excited with our dear Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, in building and inspiring the Ram Mandir. First of all, to get back that patch of land, the birthplace of Lord Ramachandra, and to build the Ram Mandir. So last year, September, just as COVID was, the lockdown was easing off in India, and we were going to order these huge calendars, he saw that the people also print already a portrait of the Ram Mandir with Lord Ramachandra. So he thought this will be an appropriate gift for the Indian High Commission. So Hari Kirtan wants to give you Ram Mandir along with Lord Ramachandra. So one will be for the Indian High Commission at your place there, and another one is for your home. So Sachisuta, you can give him the other one, please. No, you don't have to open it. So thank you very much, Prabhu, and thank you to be here with us. It has meant so much for us and so much for the ISKCON movement and your contribution also. It's a wonderful gesture to our temple here, and the Kirtaniers, I think they will enjoy it. And this tabla will play for the pleasure of their lordship. It will go a long way in our relationships also. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. A couple of things I forgot to mention. In the case of Ram Mandir, we had got a request from India to send the river water from Guyana. So I made it a point about 2 months ago to send water from the Essecubo River, Demerara River and the Correntine River. So it's already been sent to India. It's in the Kalash, as they say, in the copper Kalash, and it will be offered to Lord Rama once the temple is consecrated. And number two, as Prabhupada ji was mentioning, yes, this is just a beginning of our humble offerings to the temples. I have been going around, I have finished about 15 temples right now, donating musical instruments, whatever they want. And this is just a beginning. I have another 10 temples to cover. So I'm just covering the length and breadth of Guyana, wherever there is a good attendance and where people require this service. And I am planning to get more of these in the future. I am also planning to get more books on Indian culture, history and traditions, especially for the children, which you can use as a small library. Your devotees can come and borrow. The children, as you know, are our future. They need to be rooted to our culture. So I hope that that is a humble contribution that we can do. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, High Commissioner Ji, His Grace Srinivasa Prabhu. I'd like to also especially acknowledge the presence of Dr. Vindya Prasad, Honorable Minister of Human Service and Social Security, and also the President of the Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha. Hare Krishna, Dr. Vindya. Hare Krishna, Jai. At this time, I would like to call on His Grace Paramatma Prabhu to make his contribution this evening. Paramatma Prabhu also is one of the pillars of our ISKCON Guyana Yatra. He has been in Krishna consciousness for many, many years. And also, Prabhupadadeva Prabhu himself would have been under the guidance and training of His Grace Paramatma Prabhu. So, once again, I would like to welcome Paramatma Prabhu to the microphone.
Om Jnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanye Bhyo Vaishnave Bhyo Namo Namaha. So I feel very honored to be here among all of you this evening. Very privileged to be part of this 50th birthday anniversary of His Grace Prabhupadadeva Prabhu. I spoke quite a bit a few nights ago on the Zoom, so I was just making some notes on some other highlights that I'd like to quickly present in a few minutes. Prabhupada is a devotee of rare caliber. over the years, he has developed one striking quality that I admire most in him, and that is leadership. Many devotees in our society, they come, they serve, in different capacities, but in him, we have found a natural leader to take forth the helm of you could say, the ship of ISKCON, right, sailing deep into the future. They say example is better than precept. By his example, right, we can say that is his biggest preaching. Although, he can preach, the philosophy, so well. He not only, can speak the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam philosophy, but he lives everything that he preaches, and that's, for me, the most important aspect of his life. He is teaching us, by his good example, the true meaning of selfless service. In Prabhupadadeva, we can see, a person, a devotee, who has dedicated not only, his time, his very self, but he has devoted and dedicated his mind, his body, his words, his entire family, his wealth, his life here, if we want to put it that way, he, his intelligence, everything he has in his possession, right? He has dedicated towards the service of the Vaishnavas, of the mission of Srila Prabhupada, and the devotees in general. A few nights ago, I was listing all his contributions to the society, but I'd like to repeat one aspect which I think is the foundation, of our ISKCON. If our ISKCON is to stand up and take root deep into the future, education and training, right, is so important. So he has embarked on that drive to educate and train, the devotees in general. He has been behind the youth forum, the youth program. Recently, this same year, he is trying to get this center here an affiliate or a sister temple of our ISKCON temple in Chopati. For those of us who know, ISKCON Chopati is one of the model temple, not only in India, but all around the world. So we are trying to get this temple as an affiliate of ISKCON Chopati. This means that this temple, in short time, will be doing its, not only they are doing Bhakti Shastri already, but they will be issuing certificates directly from here, the Bhakti Shastri degree program, under authorization of not ISKCON Chopati, but something called the Board of Education of ISKCON worldwide. So this will be a great asset, a great plus, for not ISKCON Georgetown, but the entire ISKCON of Guyana. We are going to be starting back our Sunday school and congregation development. But I'm saying all these things, as if it's just going to happen. But the mastermind behind all these programs is His Grace Prabhupadadeva, himself. And so many to mention, but shortly, the much talked about Govinda's restaurant, will be operational maybe by Pagwa, which is next month, just shortly. Right, the cook is the head cook is already there in India, just waiting for a flight to come down because of COVID. He's just stuck in Delhi. I think the most wonderful contribution to, the whole society by Prabhupadeva, right, is the installation of their lordships, Parama Karuna, Nitai Gaura Chandra. So this temple, we could say, is the home, for Gaur Nitai. For those of us who know Gaur Nitai, it's called the Golden Avatar, and incidentally, this is the 50th birthday, means Golden Jubilee, right? So for 10 years ago, 10 or 11 years ago, those deities were installed here, and it's the life and soul, and all is because of Prabhupadadeva. So this temple here will serve as a beacon for bhakti, a devotional service for hundreds presently, as it is doing, but this temple has the potential to serve thousands and tens of thousands of souls now and deep into the future. Prabhupada has been a very successful businessman, business ventures, but this success only meant that he and his family had more to offer to the Vaishnavas and to so many people who visit this temple, right? He managed, his material engagement and acquisition fully and wholly in service of the Lord, right? He gave financial support, not only, to the temple and, what's going on here, but I was mentioning a few days ago how many devotees he sent to India to train, and all the projects in this country, countrywide, he has been assisting one way or other. And all this without the slightest desire for any kind of recognition. So one fascinating trait in him is that, and this is something that, I really admire about him, is that, he can easily be seen in the morning in this temple giving the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Then 10 o'clock in the morning when he goes home, he is brokering some deal with some businessman. Then in the afternoon, you see him in the temple chopping the vegetables, right? And some other time in the day, he might be, on the altar. So, his entire life is one way or other being dedicated. Then what? Later in the afternoon, he might be on some Sankirtan party. And then later in the night, he is in someone's home doing some kind of a Sat-Sanga outreach program. So for ISKCON of Guyana, Prabhupadadeva is very, very special, and we owe him, all of us, devotees of this society, we owe him so much. One important point I'd like to make is that he can inspire and he can empower all of us, right, to from all the wonderful example he's setting, that he's a living example of what a Vaishnava should be. So this evening we just pray on behalf of myself, my family, that their lordships shower their blessings upon him and his family. And I was saying last time I spoke, I said this is his 50th year, but we can observe his 60th year in the same way, like now, even bigger, 70, 80, 90, and we can observe another 50 years in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paramatma Prabhu, for your wonderful presentation this evening. So next, I would like to humbly invite His Grace Haridas Prabhu, another very senior member of our ISKCON Yatra here in Guyana. In the meantime, he's making his way forward. I'd like to urge our kirtaners to be ready after his presentation, we'll be going for a short bhajan. So Haridas Prabhu also would have been very instrumental in, guiding and assisting Prabhupadadeva Prabhu through these many years. Over to you, Haridas Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Indeed, it's my privilege to be here today in observing and celebrating the 50th birthday of His Grace Prabhupadadeva Prabhu. As you have heard from previous speakers, he is indeed a very outstanding personality. He's an extraordinary personality. Some persons are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness, bestowed upon them, perhaps after leaving their body. But I think even though he had a humble beginning, I think his future was cast that he would evolve into being a very great personality. As you have heard from the introduction, he left home at the age of 16. He ran away from home and found himself in the Hare Krishna temple. And from that day on, he didn't turn back. He dedicated his entire life in service to Krishna, in service to the Vaishnava, and he has been integrally involved in all the various major projects we have here in Guyana. It's very exceptional for him. I know that he has so much more to offer in the future. He is a very dynamic personality, very enthusiastic, and even now he is, celebrating his 50th birthday. I think he looks far younger than 50. He has the kind of vigor and vitality to do so much for the society. On this occasion, I want to wish him the best in all his aspiration, in his future desires. I think one of the important things of creating this temple here is that he wanted to make it an institution where people within the business community, within the academic community, can take full advantage of. And I hope and pray that that will be fulfilled. Certainly he wants to target the university, the colleges, and attracting them to this process of Krishna consciousness, or at least to understand that we all have a relationship with the Supreme Lord. And it is the most important thing in this human form of life to understand that, to be connected, and also to perfect our life in due course of time. So I want to thank you so much for giving so much to our society, ISKCON here in Guyana, and I hope and pray that you will continue with that dynamism, that enthusiasm. I have to say that I want to use the word instrumental to be officiating in your wedding. Today is your 24th anniversary, and my blessings is there for both of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Haridas Prabhu, for sharing those few words. So next, we will ask our kirtaniers to lead us into a brief bhajan. We can all participate nicely. We can clap for those of us who can join in chanting, no problem.
So thank you very much, Haridas Prabhu, for those kind words. I just want to say thank you. That's more than taking me out on my first Harinam book distribution, Sankirtan in Crayon Village. The first day that I went and they gave me a bag after being in the temple for a couple of months, and to take Prabhupada books door to door. Haridas Prabhu was my mentor, he was my guide. So that was the first introduction, to go door to door and beg alms on behalf of the Guru or the behalf of the ashram. And more than that, as I said, is that when we decided to get married, Haridas Prabhu became the priest. So thank you very much, Haridas Prabhu, to being there for us and to participate throughout our lives, throughout my life and my wife also, Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hare Krishna.
So just a brief announcement. Prasadam is already ready. It's boxed off and available. So please do feel free at any point in time. If you wish, you can go down and have prasadam. You can come back and join us, no problem. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this bhajan, I'm sure many of you are very familiar with. It's called Yashomati Nandana by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and the translation is as follows. Lord Krishna is the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the transcendental lover in the land of Vraja, the delight of Gokula, Kana, a nickname of Krishna, the wealth of the lives of the gopis. He steals the mind of even Cupid and punishes the Kaliya serpent. These pure holy names of Lord Hari are full of sweet nectarian pastimes. Krishna is the Lord of the 12 forests of Vraja. He is ever youthful and is the best of lovers. He is always playing on a flute and is an excellent dresser. Krishna is the protector of the inhabitants of Vraja, the destroyer of various demoniac dynasties, the keeper and tender of Nanda Maharaj's cows, land, and the keeper and tender of Maharaj Nanda's cows, the giver of pleasure to the cows, land, and spiritual senses, the husband of the goddess of fortune, the butter thief, and the beautiful cowherd boy of Nanda Maharaj. Krishna wanders along the banks of the river Yamuna. He stole the garments of the young damsels of Vraja who are bathing there. He delights in the mellows of the rasa dance. He is very merciful, the lover and beloved of Srimati Radharani, and the great dancer of Vrindavan, and the shelter and only refuge of Thakur Bhaktivinoda. Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana
suvasa
Braja Janapalana Asura Kulanashana
Braja Janapalana Surakulanasana
Nanda Godhandra Kovala
Nanda Godana Rakuvala
Nanda Godana Rakovala
Nanda Godana Rakuvala
Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara
Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara
Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara
Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara
Sundarananda Gopala
Sundarananda Gopala
Sundarananda Gopala
Sundarananda Gopala
Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasanavara
Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasanahara
Rasarasika Kripa Moya Zoom is on a second screen, so bring a mic. Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara
Sri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara
Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara
Sri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara
Bhakti Vinoda Shaya
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Bhakti Vinoda Shaya
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara Shri Radha
Radha Vrindavana Natabara
Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara Shri Radha
Vrindavana Natabara
Bhakti Vinoda Shaya
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Bhakti Vinoda Shaya
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Jai Radha Vallabha Radha Vallabha Radha Vallabha Shri Radhe
Jai Radha
Radha Vallabha Shri राधा माधव की, शिशि परम करुण निताय गौर चंद्र की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की.
So let's put our hands once again for our kirtaniers who are entertaining us for this evening. So just in case you didn't notice, we were having special darshan of Shri Radha Gopinath from our ISKCON of the Krishna consciousness movement throughout Guyana and even abroad. She is a stalwart, I would say, of Sanatan Dharma in Guyana, and she has been playing a very keen and leading role, serving for many years as the president of the Guyana Hindu Dharmic Sabha, and currently as the Honorable Minister of Human Services and Social Security. Let us put our hands together to welcome to the podium Her Grace Dr. Vindya Prasad to make her contributions this evening.
Brothers and sisters, Hare Krishna. Sitaram. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with all of you tonight. It was a surprise, I know, because I was invited Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and they probably thought, well, Tuesday's here and she's not coming. So I left it open because I know today is the day. So I would like to wish my brother, and a big brother, and someone who I respect and I have always counted on in times of support and times of a shoulder from time to time, a happy, blessed, blissful, and absolutely divine birthday. Happy birthday to you. But I think he got his best birthday gift when the lady next to him said yes, because I believe I cannot see them without each other. And even though I am the Choti Bahan, sometimes I give good advice. I leave it there. But I'd like to also wish them both a happy anniversary, many, many more years of happiness and love and all that you wish for yourself. And today is a day that I think you can celebrate and you can observe with, I know, your customary humility, but with a lot of pride, because 50 years is not a long time on the earth, but you've done well with 50 years. And much of that would have been given in service. I'm a believer in service. I'm a believer in service at all times. And if I know someone who has dedicated his life to service, it's Prabhupadadeva. And Vishakha has never not been at his side throughout those years of service. I remember when he was conceptualizing this building, he said to me, you know, I'm a simple boy from Cane Grove with a lot of dreams. I don't have it all, but I'll make it happen. And when it happened, he said, well, I do have a lot more to do to ensure that everything is completed, but it's done. And I admired that. I admire that because you demonstrated the kind of tenaciousness, not for self, but for community and people, and for the love of Bhagwan, and for the promotion of Dharma, the promotion of God's name, and for bringing community together. And if we have more of that in our world will be a much, much, much better place. And, you know, on birthdays, we talk about people and what they do. And my father used to say, it's good to do that, because it's always good to tell people what you think of them when they're here to listen to you. Don't worry, I won't tell you anything bad, because there really is nothing bad to say. But there is one bad thing. He's stubborn about his health. I'll leave it there too. So I hope Vishaka has been making progress on the diet that we discuss all the time. But on a real serious note, though, I have to say that it is not often that you find leadership with humility. And we all know that Prabhupada demonstrates that distinctive humility no matter where he is, who you are, or what he's doing. It is always there. And that's the kind of quality that more leaders should emulate, because leadership, and leadership that is defined by humility, and leadership defined in a way that you call service leadership, is the kind of leadership that our modern world needs. Because we are in a world where many people are influenced by those in leadership positions. They're inspired by people who command that level of inspiration and respect. And I think when someone who is given that privilege and that responsibility can not only be at that level that people place them on, but they can come right down and be among people, and not only be among people, but not hesitate to jump in and do anything and everything that everyone else is doing, then I think we need to always applaud that person. And today, Prabhu, I'm telling you, that is you. That is totally you. And more than that, I have watched both of them, and it's not only their family. I've seen Hari literally grow up. It is walking the walk and not just talking the talk, because everything that they encourage others in this community, this ISKCON community, to do, to follow, they do it themselves as a family, including how they raise their son. And it is important as parents to set the kind of example for your children that you want to see them emulate as they get older. And it was not only Hari, it's all of the young people in this temple that I see as part of their expanded family. And family is an important thing. Family can be something that you're biologically blessed with, but then there's family that you gain. And they've been lucky to gain the family that I see right here in the Mandir, because I believe, I don't know, but I believe that all of us here are considered their family, because when I come here, that is how I'm treated. I don't even have to come here, and I'm treated like family. And that is the kind of relationship that we need to ensure that we have across our country and community. That spirit of unity, togetherness, that level of compassion and empathy for each other. But more important, the type of interaction where there are always good values and excellent messages propagated, not only by speaking at a level like this, but also in interpersonal conversation. And we have had discussions on Bhagavad Gita, and we have had them and we keep having them. And every time we have them, there's something new, a new aspect. And interestingly enough, some time ago, you probably remember this, and you had an interesting discussion with me on how a female person would interface with the Hindu community and what kind of messaging that sends to the community. And we had a discussion where you said you had a lot of things in mind that you wanted to tell me, and that conversation still continues. But I think it is important when we have this level of connection, like family, we are able to share thoughts, we're able to share perspectives, we're able to even differ and have our own opinions. I'm a lot more modern, right, Vishaka? but we are able to see the common beauty and the common good of the messages of the Bhagavad Gita. And that message will continue beyond all of us. And I want to congratulate and compliment Prabhupadeva and all the members, especially the senior members of this mandir, this movement, that continue to educate and promote the valuable messages of Bhagwan Krishna, none other, Bhagwan Krishna himself. That is the distinction of the Bhagavad Gita. And those messages are relevant to us every day in life. As doctors, we prescribe medication, but as thinkers, as people who believe and follow dharma, we prescribe the Bhagavad Gita. And that perhaps is the most important prescription that we can make in life. Because when you think of birth and a cycle, that we are engaged in from the time of our birth to when we leave this earth, every cycle is contained within each chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So I want to encourage you, continue to read it. And every time you read a chapter, see something new. Add something to your own life and cultivate the values enshrined in Bhagavad Gita. You can see what it has done for his life and what he has done for his community and his country. So no matter who you are and where you are, a lesson that you can take from Prabhu's life is that never limit yourself. Never believe that anything or any endeavor that you want to embark on is impossible. This mandir defies that. So I want you to always, young people, take that chapter. You have very, very good footsteps to follow in. And if you follow those footsteps and you take all the good things that you are constantly being exposed to, I think in your life you will have a lot of good to leave for the rest of the world and your country. In life, we can do many things, but it's the impact we make and the indelible imprint we leave as a legacy in the world when we are long gone. It is not what we have, but it is what we do that can make a lasting impact on the lives of other human beings. Our contributions must be those that are tempered with spirituality. I believe no matter how high you climb in life or no matter what you achieve, if what you do is devoid of spirituality, if what you do is bereft of service to Bhagwan, then you have not done at all. So continue to serve, continue to work in the name of Bhagwan, continue to always give of your best, and to Prabhu, continue to inspire, aspire, and live the simple but yet impactful life that you have lived so far. Continue to always shine, always continue to be my brother and sister, and I will always value and appreciate this lovely bond and relationship that we have, where I can pretend I'm the big sister and sometimes step out of line, but I know that that love is always unconditional. And I want to tell you that the support is always there, the love is always there. Happy, happy birthday, happy anniversary, and may your mandir and your community continue to give the solid contribution to the country that it has given. Namaskar, Sadar Pranam, and let me leave you with a line that has guided me. Karmaneva dhikaraste ma phale shukadachana. Action always thy duty, reward never thy concern. Namaskar.
Hare Krishna, Dr. Vinyaji. Thank you very much for such inspiring words and great words of appreciation for Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, his Dharmapatni, and for our ISKCON society at large. So many special individuals are with us here tonight, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite no other than His Grace Pravin Chandra Dave Prabhuji, the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Demerara Bank. So Demerara Bank has always been there for the Hare Krishna Study Center and ISKCON throughout Guyana. So many wonderful interactions and support has been there throughout these many years, and we're very grateful and thankful. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce and invite Prabhuji, Pravin Chandra Daveji, to please come forward and share his congratulatory message this evening. Let's all put our hands together.
Hare Krishna and happy birthday to Prabhuji. Varnivesh Ramaniya Darshanam Mandahashyat Ruchirabhujam Sujate Surnarottame Muda Dharmanandam Aham Vichintiye. Dear Prabhuji, Vishakaji, Honorable Minister, Indiji, and friends. It's really a very pleasant occasion for me to participate in the celebration of 15th birthday of Prabhupada. When I came to Guyana, we were always looking for a temple or a place where we can go and pray. And most of the places where we go, we enjoy kirtans, bhajans, some lectures by scholar individuals. But when I went to the Crange temple on West Coast side, we were really delighted. And we made it a point that any Sunday we have some time, we shall go there and enjoy this. Then I came across Prabhupadadeva, and he was floating the idea of having a temple in Georgetown. I said, it's a wonderful idea, but it's a very difficult task. I know how difficult it is to raise money, I know how difficult it is to get a piece of land, but he, as somebody else also said, that he defies all the logic and rationale. He made it a point. I remember I used to come here, it was a small place where we were doing some bhajans and kirtans on every Sunday. His dedication, his commitment is fabulous, okay, unparalleled. I'm really surprised what an individual can do in a society. And at this juncture, I should also mention late Panditji. Okay. I value the contribution of Pandit Ripu Daman Prasad in a very big way. Had he not been here, had he not been promoting the Hindu Dharma, Hindu culture, the Guyana would have been little different than what we see today. We are really thankful to that great man who is not here, and we really happy to see that his daughter is carrying the flag forward and doing all the duty. I am really very pleased, very privileged to associate myself with this, and I will give one message to all of you, that all Hindus should come together, should try to protect our religion, should try to promote our religion, and wherever we can do the service, either financially or physically, we should participate and do it. Okay? It is a culture which will link with the different countries, and our culture is so great, Hindu culture is so great, that you can achieve tremendous success in your life, in your spiritual life, in your physical achievement, whatever you want to achieve, you will be able to do it. And as rightly said, Bhagavad Gita is a very, it's an instrumental in changing the life of so many individuals, as I have seen. I again wish Prabhupada live for 50 more years, service the society, build many temples, and energize the people of Guyana as you have been doing. Happy birthday to you, and my best wishes to you, your family, Vishakaji, and all of them. Thank you very much.
Shriman Davidji, thank you very much for your blessings and your wonderful message this evening. Very, very delighted to have your presence, both you and Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mataji. So next, to continue, we'd like to invite our own Uncle Roopji from Ganesh Parts to please come forward and give his blessings tonight. Let us put our hands together for Uncle Roop. They are very intimate family members of our temple here.
Hare Krishna. Brothers and sisters, it's indeed an honor and a privilege to be here to celebrate 50 years and 24 years of marriage life of the 50 years, if he had left home at 16, that means he has given 34 years of service to the Hare Krishna movement. That's an exceptional number. And I am really proud of him. I've known him for a long time. He's always been coming to me. And his commitment, his love for his Dharma has been the success. Nothing is impossible for any one of us. Please, let us all take a page from Prabhudev. Of course, behind any good man, as they say, is his Dharmapatni. 24 years. Imagine, 34 years of service, and 24 she has been with him together. You know, and you always see them in smiles. I think we should all take a page from them. I don't know, I ask him sometimes how he do it, you know, but it's really remarkable. I don't want to go longer because time is of essence, but you know, he is living a wonderful life for all of us to see. May we emulate it. And his son is also, with them. And I'm sure he wants to go off, and his son will take over. This project, we have been associated with this. I have been associated with him with this project, and we wanted it to see a success. It is a success, and it is to his credit. There is no other person who can take the credit for the hard work. Many nights they're here late going on the project. Anyway, I'll leave that for when we meet again, but join me in a short prayer. And Bhagwan Krishna, he makes the dumb eloquent, and he makes the cripple walk. Om Mokan Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Yate Griyam Yat Kripataham Bande Paramanandam Madhvam. Om Vasudevam Sutam Devam Kamsuchanur Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadguru. Krishnam Bande Jagadguru. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Thank you very much, Uncle Roopji, for such inspiring and wonderful words. So as I mentioned earlier, there are many persons, devotees, friends, well-wishers who are joining us via the Zoom, Facebook, online platforms as well. And we'd like to hear from a few of those speakers. But before we do so, Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, he not only has established relationships with many of us here in Guyana, but even abroad, especially through his many travels to India over the years, for the last 26 years or so. Many relationships he has worked and established with many of our leading and senior devotees of ISKCON in those places. And here with us, joining on Zoom, we have a very special guest, His Grace Baladeva Prabhu from ISKCON Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir. Let us all welcome Baladeva Prabhu by putting our hands together. Hari Bol! So Baladeva Prabhu shared a very close relationship with Prabhupadadeva Prabhu over these years, and we would like to humbly ask Prabhu to unmute his mic and make his presentation. Hare Krishna. Baldev Prabhu, just 1 minute, please. We're not hearing you as yet. Yes, Prabhu, you can go ahead. Hare Krishna, can you please turn on your video, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare. Prabhu, we can't hear you. Your audio, we're not hearing your volume. No, Prabhu, we can't hear as yet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. So, Hare Krishna, at this point in time, just as Baldev Prabhu is getting ready, Shanta Vigraha Prabhu, are you there? Would you like to say a few words?
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, Baldev Prabhu, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Thank you. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Vishtar Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you very much for having me in here for this special occasion with all of you. This is quite early in the morning in India here. It's around 5:45 a.m. And I'm just had darshan of Shri Radha Gopinath here, and also shared some photos for all of you to see, because I prayed intensely for as your servant to Srila Prabhupada, to Shri Radha Gopinath, Shri Gopalji, Shri Gaur Nitai, for bestowing always, as always, special mercy upon all the devotees in Guyana, specifically Georgetown, HKSC, and in specific Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, Vishakha Mataji, and Hari Kirtan Das. So thank you for all of you for joining such a large number. I was indeed very happy to see such a huge crowd of devotees and well-wishers and friends. It's amazing to see so many people have come in spite of the issues and the problems happening all over the world. This shows your love and your special support to this family who's hosting this program here. We all have gathered for a unique and a special birthday of our birthday boy. He's really birthday boy because he, even though he's in the body of a very old man, but his enthusiasm and his actions are something like a boy, always agile, fast, very quick, and very happy always. So I remember when I was in a college, in the university, there was one young boy there in the college. He was very good in computers. Were that time beginning, and all, there were very few computers. So we had the best of computers in our computer labs. In fact, every department had one computer. And virus also was a new thing coming up, not the coronavirus, the computer virus. So What happened is this boy's name was Joshi, and Joshi, as always, was kind of very much eager to get attention. So one day, what happened? It was Joshi's birthday, and just literally everyone forgot to wish him. No one remembered that his birthday was. So he became so upset. The whole day he was waiting. Someone will come forward and say, "Happy birthday, Joshi! Happy birthday, Joshi!" And not even a single student, single friend, single teacher, anyone on the campus went and wished him. So he became so annoyed that by evening, because he was a very intelligent guy, he made a virus, a computer virus, and he sent the virus to all the computers in the whole of this campus. And literally everyone was opening the computer, and then the computer was getting hanged, and the only message was coming, Joshi virus, Joshi virus, Joshi virus. So because people forgot to wish him a birthday, he was so annoyed that he wanted to take a sweet revenge, and he blocked and jammed everyone's computer. And literally all the computers in the college was like hanged, Joshi virus. The only thing was the screen was very disturbing screen and just Joshi virus, Joshi virus. So everyone came to know there's something fishy here, and some of them then figured out actually this Joshi virus is created by our Joshi. And they realized that Joshi, why he created this virus? Because no one wished him his birthday. So by the end of the night, around 10:30, 11 o'clock, they came to know that this virus is created because no one wished him birthday. So they went to him and said, how to come out of this virus? How to distort this virus? And he said, the only way of removing this virus is go on the command prompt and you type happy birthday Joshi. So what happened is everyone went on the computer and then typed happy birthday Joshi, and immediately the computer restarted. So this was a unique way how Joshi, who was not acknowledged for his birthday, he made a virus and made or forced people to acknowledge him for his birthday. So anyways, Prabhupada Dev did not have to do all that because he's a very special devotee. His birthday is very cherished and remembered by all devotees, all well-wishers and friends of his, because indeed our Prabhupada Dev Prabhu is very special. And I was just wondering why Prabhupada Dev Prabhu is very special. Because Prabhupada Dev Prabhu is special. The most important thing is that he got a special name, right? We will have many devotees in ISKCON all over the world who may have so many names: Baldev Das, Hari Kirtan Das, Sachisud Das, Haridas Das, and then etc. etc. Right? But we have very, very few devotees in ISKCON who have the name of our founder Acharya. And here is a personality of those few devotees who has a name of Prabhupada Dev Das. So that makes him special because he got a special mercy. He's already got special mercy of Srila Prabhupada throughout his life, but here especially Prabhupada's name also has been conferred to him. So that's very special about him. So his name is special. And then I would say the country from where he's coming, Guyana, is very, very special. Unique country because I have visited Guyana twice, and every time I come to Guyana, I feel like I am in India or I am in Vrindavan, or specifically I am in Mayapur. The settings there are so beautiful. Everything, culture is so beautiful. People are so nice. Sometimes I really miss if I don't come to Guyana. I was supposed to come last year, but I missed. So I really curse coronavirus that I missed Guyana on my tour. So Guyana is a special country, and demographically we can see that the only country in the whole of South America where very very few South American countries, English-speaking countries, and special country because even to reach from India to Ghana is so difficult unless you have an American visa. So it's a special country. To enter into Guyana, you require high merits, pious merits maybe to reach Guyana. We're trying to get in one devotee from India from some nice service in Georgetown, but we are finding it difficult to get him in because it's like you want to go to heavenly planet, then you require good pious credits to enter that place. So must be like that. So Guyana is special, and Guyana's capital city, Georgetown, is special because there are such a beautiful people I met last time when I came. Went to the Hindu Mandir. I went to so many other places. I met so many nice dignitaries, and everyone is so wonderful, charming, very very loving heart, is so open to receive people, and good family connections. So Georgetown is special, and in Georgetown, our Prabhupada Prabhu therefore is special. So it's all you who have made him special. And yes, definitely he also has a special quality, as many of you have shared in unique qualities about Prabhupada Prabhu. I would say that Prabhupada Prabhu is special because he has got a special family. Yes. Uh, See, any country in this world, unless there is an internal peace, any country, unless there is internal peace within the country, that country will never be able to make an international impact. So our border should be safe, within peaceful, and then a country could make an impact on the outside world. So Prabhupada Dev Prabhu has made an impact on the whole of Georgetown, the Guyana, the Caribbean countries, and also many places abroad. And all he could do it because his borders were safe. There was internal peace in the family. Yes, unless the family is happy and the family is blissful, family is cooperative, supporting, it's not possible to venture on a outside front. So much of the credit of Prabhupada Devu goes to Mother Vishaka and Hare Kirtangas. That because they are so special, as a result of which Prabhupada Devu has become very special. And Prabhupada Devu has become special because his family members are so special. His late father, his whole family of his brothers, sisters, and their children, they all have given so much support to Prabhupada Devu. So we are all interconnected, right? No one is special because of himself alone. It's a connection of the whole family, the whole society. So I congratulate you in Guyana here today that you are all special, that you created a special devotee, a special person in this whole system of Guyana. And thanks to all of you for making him a special, and thanks to him for becoming special from all that contribution which is receiving from all. It's a unique thing that we are celebrating 50th birthday of Prabhupada Dev Prabhu. And as I mentioned, he is special because of his special name, Prabhupada Dev. And I would also like to inform all of you, you may already aware that this is Srila Prabhupada's 125th anniversary. So what a fitting way of celebrating two events together, right? We're celebrating Srila Prabhupada's anniversary, birthday anniversary 125th, and also celebrating Prabhupada Dev Prabhu's 50th birthday anniversary. So it's a quite coincidental and blessing of Srila Prabhupada that is allowing this to happen, that on his 125th anniversary, Prabhupada's anniversary, we also have Prabhupada Dev Prabhu's 50th anniversary. So many things I can speak about Prabhupada Dev Prabhu, how Prabhupada Dev Prabhu has a very good connection with ISKCON Chopati Mumbai here, how many devotees who are world leaders from our temple, Govind Prabhu, Gauranga Prabhu, Radha Gopinath Prabhu, and Krishnanam Prabhu. They are actually very sought after leaders. People want their association. People want to connect with them, and it's difficult. Gaur Gopal Prabhu, I forgot his name, and Rajbi Hari Prabhu. Yet they are all very intimately connected with Prabhupada Prabhu. And I already mentioned to all of them that today is Prabhupada Prabhu's 50th birthday, and they have uh, asked me to express to you to make it. They have asked me to express to all of you that, especially Prabhupada Prabhu, that their kind wishes and warm wishes are always with Prabhupada Prabhu. So with this, I will conclude, and thank you all for gathering. And it's indeed a great fortune for me to join from all the way India for this unique ceremony. And I wish Prabhupada Prabhu a very, very happy 50th birthday, and also wish Prabhupada Prabhu and Vishaka Mataji a happy 24th wedding anniversary. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhupada Dev Prabhu ki jai. Vishaka Mataji ki jai. Hare Krishna.
We are kind of running out of time, but next I would like to briefly request Jagannath Sevak Prabhu to please come forward and give a few words, and then afterwards we'll hear a little from Ram Nisingha Prabhu. Jagannath Sevak Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Prabhupadadeva ki Jai. It is very late and I'm seeing that nobody actually want to leave. I would like to say that I'm very honored to be here, to be in part of this observation of observing Prabhupadadeva 50th birthday and their anniversary, the 24th anniversary. So on behalf of myself and family and the management and devotees from Sri Sri Jagannath Prasad Mandir, Line Pot, we would like to extend a very happy birthday to Prabhupadadeva and happy 24th wedding anniversary to both of them. I also would like to emphasize on this important point that I would have taken a lot of advices and examples that Prabhupadadeva would have followed. And what I noticed in him, this is something that I personally observed. It might probably sound a little contrary, but the fact is, whatever Prabhupada touches, it becomes gold. So with that, I would like to close. Thank you and Hare Krishna, everyone.
Thank you for those words, Jagannath Seva Prabhu, Ramana Singha Prabhu.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जलाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna, everyone. Srila Prabhupada ki. So, I wasn't expecting to say anything, but whenever you think about saying something about Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, it's like you're experiencing a diarrhea in the mind. Where do you start? So many things people have been saying and about your experience with him. And as Jagannath Prabhu has rightly said, anything he touches becomes like gold. I just want to say to Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, for all the wonderful work you have done, one very, very important thing that I personally feel, and that is gratitude towards you. You might not notice. Personally, I've been an ardent follower of your work. I really very much appreciate, love, and respect you. Just in case you don't know that, I'm telling you that today. Whatever you have done in the society has been a great example for all of us. And I'm very, very happy that in this lifetime, I've had the opportunity to meet you. You know, sometimes the two of us, we don't, in the earlier days, we didn't see eye to eye. But I think you remember Haridas Prabhu once told you, and I, that one of these days, you two of you are going to become very good friends. I want you to know, right, that I really consider you to be a very dear friend to me. On behalf of our national board, I would like to take the opportunity to extend a very best of life to you. You have given so much to us. We can only wish that your life has become very, very much easy in your path so you can give more to the society. They say, of course, if we are glorifying you that much on your 24th anniversary, the wife is the better half. If we are seeing so much great things about you, you can only imagine Mother Vishaka is the better half. I want to congratulate both of you for being an example to the whole society. One time I heard some Matajis talking. You said, you know, the girls from Georgetown, they're following Mother Vishaka. And I'm thinking, it would be real nice if the girls from the whole country will follow Mother Vishaka. Haribol.
Thank you, Ramana Singha Prabhu. So, next I would like to request Dr. Gomes, director of our Barbies campus, if you would like to share a brief message with us this evening. Let us put our hands together for Dr. Gomes, very close and dear friend to Prabhupadadeva Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, my dear brothers and sisters. I won't take much time. Everybody spoke out to my God brother. He treated like Krishna and Arjuna. How Krishna treated Arjuna, brother, friends and devotee. Same way he treated me. I am being the director of Burmese campus. Whenever come Georgetown, I visit the temple. He treated own devotee and own brother. I wish to you, myself, behalf of my family, you will serve this nation to our Hindu community forever. Congratulations as well as happy birthday and happy 24th anniversary. I wish to your service to our Indian community to extend forever. That's all I can say. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Dr. Gomes, for your brief remarks. Now I'd like to humbly call on Shanta Vigraha Prabhu, who is joining us from ISKCON Trinidad. Prabhuji, please unmute and make your presentation. Shanta Vigraha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you.
Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Pancha kalpatarubhyasya kripasindhubhyo vacha pitana pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Prabhupada, 50 years not out, and so many years in Krishna service. I think one of the great fortunes of my life is to have a common contact with a wonderful person like you, and also by extension your good wife. One of the first times we had the opportunity to spend time together was in India in 2004. You had come with some other devotees from Guyana, and Vishaka Mataji was also there. And I was having problems to get a flight out of India back to London. I was going back to Manor, and I was also very sick, especially on the last leg of my trip in Vrindavan. And I remember very clearly, like one of the most touching experiences I had in my own Krishna conscious life was the care and attention that you and Mother Vishaka took care of me in Vrindavan. Vishaka Mataji would cook for me, and also you helped me escape from India, because how I got out of India was a story by itself. And Prabhupada was the one who actually took me to the airport, make sure I was settled and everything like that. And over the years, our friendship grew in Krishna consciousness and also in closeness. So much so that several years later, when I got married, it was none other than Prabhupadadeva who came from Guyana to Trinidad to perform my wedding ceremony. And Vishaka Mataji was also there. And years later, when I would have my second daughter, I was reflecting on that time I spent in Vrindavan with Prabhupadadeva and Vishaka Mataji. And especially I was feeling a lot of gratitude for the care with which Vishaka Mataji, cared for me while I was sick in Vrindavan. And in gratitude of that, I named my younger daughter Vishaka, after Mother Vishaka. And today, apart from being the 50th birth anniversary of Prabhupadadeva, it is also their 24th wedding anniversary. And that, both in our devotee community as well as in the world at large, is no small feat. The world today is just plagued with statistics. And one of the things that is causing havoc in this world is broken families, or families in which parents are absent, either the father or the mother, and therefore children are not cared for. So the fact that two people could remain married and not only stay married, but cooperate nicely for their own spiritual development and the spiritual development and care of the wider society is something that should be congratulated, and it stands as a very sterling example for all of us, and I would say a sterling example for myself, especially for me to follow, because you see the value of having stability in one's relationships and the impact that allows you to have on the wider community, and the foundation which it gives you to execute spiritual practice without disturbance. And having experienced that in one's own life, that one could share that with others. So to sum up, I'd like to thank Prabhupada Dev from the depth of my heart for being a very good friend to me, and also Vishaka Mataji for being a good friend to me, and also for being an inspiration for me and my wife in the execution of our own married life and married duties. Thank you very much, Prabhupada Dev. Happy birthday, Hare Krishna, and happy anniversary to Prabhupada Dev and Vishaka Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Given those few words of inspiration and encouragement. So, is there anyone else in the audience who would like to wish Prabhu and Mataji, Mata Bhartiya, very quickly?
So Hare Krishna, everyone, to all the devotees and even to the persons online who's actually joining us. I must say that I feel very privileged to be present here. And on behalf of my husband and I, Sanjaya Das, we've actually joined the Krishna Conscious movement for approximately 10 years. And we have observed that this couple, they're not very ordinary. Firstly, Prabhupadadeva, he is a multitasker. That is one of the qualities stands out in his management skills. And it is always sometimes a theory that men sometimes are not very good multitaskers. But yes, but in that theory it is proven incorrect. And secondly, I can tell you that a secret that he's right now writing his book. And you may want to know what's this book about, but there are lots of pages in this book, which comprises of many chapters. And for us, we would want to take one chapter from that book. Both Sanjay and I, it has to do with you being a spiritual guide. And with that, I can say that you're always this person that who would actually push persons to elevate in their spiritual life. It is always your business. And I really love that part of your leadership. And last but not least, I must say that the couple as they sit in that chair, you are just the perfect role model for all of us here. You have been serving as a counselor for Grihastha couples, and I'm sure that anybody who would tend to approach, you're always there to support with guidance, and not only guidance, but your advice. And you even pitch in on that part of sharing your personal experiences to bring us back online. Thank you so much for serving, and we all hope and pray that our lordships, Sriti Paramakarni Gaura Chandra, can grant you very good health to continue to serve your Guru Maharaj, our lordships, and us here, the devotees at Hare Krishna Study Center, and all over the world. So thank you very much, and happy birthday and anniversary. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. So now I'd like to call on Hari Kirtan to let us hear what he has to say for Mata and Pita.
Hare Krishna. So I don't know if you noticed while I was walking here, I was putting on a chadar. When does Hari Kirtan wear a chadar, right? Only when Prabhupadadeva Prabhu tells him to do so. So I was instructed to wear a chadar and look a bit neat, so excuse me. Yeah, I hope I look a bit neat. Hare Krishna. So I know it's getting very late, but I'd like to wish my Mata and my Pita a very, very happy anniversary. And my Pita a very happy birthday, happy 50th birthday. And for me personally, I don't know how I appear to be in their eyes, but I know in my mind a lot of nonsense happens and a lot of rebellion takes place, especially in my, I know in my mind, I don't know if it shows, right? I apologize if it shows, but I can't emphasize enough over the past few years, and I mean since I've been having a bit more sense, I guess I can say, that I've begun to appreciate what a wonderful opportunity I've had, and it's literally a fortune to be the child of both of you, and especially Pita. He always, every time a devotee comes by, he always asks that devotee to bless me so that I can become a wonderful devotee of Srimati Radharani. And I pray to Shri Shri Parama Karunitai Gaurachandra that I can one day fulfill his wish, not for me to become some big devotee anywhere, but just so that I can please him. And I feel that if I can please him, then Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj and Shri Shri Parama Karunitai Gaurachandra would also be pleased. And I'll share one thing. During that time in ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center, I was confused. I didn't know what I should do. I was supposed to be in the temple in the Brahmachari ashram. So I asked Guru Maharaj what I should do. And before I go into this, Guru Maharaj, Pita never told me to leave the ashram. It was my doing, right? Guru Maharaj's instruction to me was that you don't have to be confused. You don't have to worry about anything. My instruction is that you follow your father, your Pita. So following his instruction is following Guru Maharaj's instruction. So in that, I hope I can please my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Shri Shri Parama Karunitai Gaurachandra. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Har Kirtan. So we are just coming down to the end, wrapping up here. And I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the local board of Hare Krishna Study Center, Sanjay Prabhu, Radiksha Prabhu, myself, to wish His Grace Prabhupadadeva Prabhu and a happy 50th Krishna Conscious birthday, and also happy 24th anniversary to both him and Mother Vishaka. So Prabhupadadeva Prabhu is the main inspiration, is the powerhouse of everything that goes on here at Hare Krishna Study Center. And we're just, assisting and supporting as much way as we can. Personally, to myself, since for the last 9 years or so I've been here at the temple, Prabhu has been my Vartmana Pradakshina Guru. He has led me here to Krishna consciousness and introduced me, always try to give his best in terms of advice, serving as a father, a Shiksha Guru, engaging me in very humble services. And despite so many mistakes, so many shortcomings are there from my part, still he is willing to tolerate and work. And that's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to do, and I very greatly appreciate Prabhu what he's been doing, serving as a father and serving in so many different capacities for my spiritual life. Also Mataji, how can I, try to understand, how the integral role that Mother Vishaka has been played, especially that motherly figure. Myself being away from home for so many years, still I feel such closely connected, and the motherly love and that guidance, that care has been shown by Mother Vishaka. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhu, and do forgive me for any offenses I may have committed while being here and being under your guidance and assisting in the project here. So once again, happy anniversary and happy birthday, Prabhupadadeva Prabhu. I do look forward to dedicate as much as I can to serve and, in that way, please both of you. Hare Krishna. So I think we would like to ask Prabhu and Mataji, maybe they can come forward and, make their remarks.
I thought he will invite us to go and eat now. What to say, you know? Moti Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much to be there still. My brother, Madhavisham, my Bauji, and I still see two very determined individuals at the back there, and Anuradha and her sister Avinash is there, and her dear Govinda Premi, the son of our dear late godbrother Radhika Madhava Prabhu, and the husband of my niece Sarva. And my mom is still sitting there. I don't know what blessings you have to give. You would have given this body to us. You would have given this body to me, and I don't know what you thought of when you conceived me within your womb, but thank you very much to keep this body alive for 50 years, for all that you would have done. I want to say special thanks to my dear Guru Maharaj for all his blessings, all his shelter and protection, guidance over the years that I would have known him from since 1991 onwards. All the senior God brothers and God sisters who would have guided me over the years when I, as a young man, moved in the temple, and throughout all the devotees and well-wishers and friends who would have supported, who would have given us their guidance, their blessings, their encouragement. In so many ways, the whole of society would have assisted in whatever we would have done, and also, even for me, I will say to reach the year, to live to see 50 years, it's by the blessings of everyone, all my colleagues who would have worked together for this project and other projects also, and in preaching, in cooking, in distributing Prabhupada's books, in giving prasadam, in all different ways that you can think about. We want to thank you all very much. It is by your blessings and your cooperation, your help, that this project and the other project would have manifest and are serving our society so much. We want to thank our Indian High Commissioner, Sister Vin, all the business related friends and well-wishers that were here. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the devotees who would have cooked over the last couple days and served prasadam, Radhakeshwar Prabhu and his team, and Mother Vishaka, my Dharmapatni Vishaka and her team, the people who would be serving prasadam and doing so many different things, shopping and everything else, to make this program, over the last 3 sessions that we had, hopefully a successful one. We took a risk during COVID-19 to bring so many people. I was sitting there and I was thinking, well, still 3 nights is not enough. Maybe we need to do more. So many persons didn't get an opportunity to say anything. I hope everyone are happy and they had prasadam. I'd like to finally take this opportunity to thank Vishaka and her parents. First of all, to thank Aniruddha Prabhu and my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, Chaitanya Mataji, that they would have given this gift to me and my family, my parents. They would have handed over the hands of their daughter, their only daughter, in sacred marriage on my birthday day in 1997. And from since then, it have been, I would say for her, an unending torturing and many, many things that I don't know, which wife would have stick with a husband like me with the kind of line or the path that we would have taken. Take her to the pastor in New Panihati and leave her there to cook for the deities 2-3 times a day, and get away from Vishnu Prabhu to assist Tridesh Prabhu to build the new Kulinagram temple. And then bring her back to Crane in an open land, a small house there to build Crane Temple. And even during her pregnancy, everything, she had to be there working with the construction, cooking for the workers and so many different things. And I never even look back if she and Hari Kirtan, when Hari Kirtan born, we were in the middle of construction and finishing up the temple in Crane. I never looked back to see if Hari Kirtan was okay or if he had some breastfeed or some bottle in his mouth. Vishaka would have done it all. And like that, moving up here for this project also, we never had anything on our own all those years, other than maybe a few pieces of clothes. And finally we got we got an old wagon car. That was the only thing that was in our name. And then eventually, you know, this project started to manifest. And I think it is Krishna's special mercy and myself and extended to my family, or Krishna's special mercy to my family, that, you know, we would have worked to build so many houses and home for their lordships. And Krishna eventually didn't leave us out of his mercy, that he didn't leave us under some tree. He gave us, you know, more than enough shelter, protection, goodwill, and everything else. So thank you all very much. Thank everyone. I want to thank Vishaka to stick by me for 24 years. And I hopeful that she will continue, no matter what path or what life will means for us. And thank Hari Kirtan to be there, very supportive in every different way possible. Sometimes I think I am a cruel father to him, but I don't know. Let's see where all that will go. And then, of course, all the boys and girls and board members and everyone of the Hare Krishna Study Center family. Thank you all very much to be so cooperative and to tolerate me for all these years. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Paramakanda Nitai Gaura Chanda ki. You want to say anything?
Hare Krishna. So I'd like to thank everyone who would have been here and share with us in this happy occasion of a 50th birthday and anniversary. I strongly have this conviction that with blessings it could take us a far way. So thank you all very much for that blessings. And when Prabhu asked if I'll stand by his side, yes, I will. It was a pleasure and it will be a pleasure. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all very much also. And as I keep saying throughout, that originally I was conceived of at least a 9-day session. Pandemic would have curtailed it, and also I want to offer whatever credits, whatever devotional services would have performed throughout the last 3 sessions, the kirtan, the artik, whatever spiritual benefit would have come to me and my family. I offer that to the soul of my dear father, Prabhupadadeva Prabhu, who just departed and leave his body a few months ago, that he will always be in the eternal company and the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Thank you all very much. I do hope everyone had a wonderful feast. And I invite those of you who are here to please take prasadam into your full satisfaction, even though it is late. You can fast tomorrow to neutralize. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna